Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ujola for Mindset Transformation Africa, and in today's episode, I want us to talk about curiosity. Today, we are going to look into a topic that I believe is fundamental and foundational to true growth and continuous learning. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Your curiosity restores learning when pride no longer demands certainty. Your curiosity restores learning when pride no longer demands certainty. So today we're going to talk about how your curiosity restores your learning when pride no longer demands certainty. It is a bit mouthful, I know, but it is a profound truth. And I want you to think about it. When we were children, curiosity was our default operating system. Everything was new. Everything was a question waiting for an answer. Why is the sky blue? Where is God? Where does babies come from? How do birds fly? What makes the grass green? We were not afraid to ask. We were not afraid to explore. We were not even afraid to be wrong. Our learning was boundless because our curiosity was unrestrained. But somewhere along the way, as we grew older, something shifted. We started accumulating knowledge, gaining experience, and with that, often came a subtle, insidious companion that is called pride. Pride in what we knew, pride in our expertise, pride in being seen as right. And while confidence in our knowledge is valuable, an over-reliance on certainty can become a significant barrier to further learning. Pride demands certainty. It whispers to us, you already know this. It shouts sometimes, don't ask that, you will look foolish. It convinces us that admitting we don't know or that our current understanding might be incomplete or even incorrect is a sign of weakness. This demand for certainty, this need to always be right, effectively shuts down the very mechanism that fueled our early learning, and that is curiosity. Consider the experts who can no longer learn. They've reached the pinnacle of their field, and their pride in that achievement prevents them from exploring new methodologies, questioning long-held assumptions, or even embracing disruptive innovations. They became rigid, unyielding, and eventually they became obsolete. Their certainty, which was once a strength, becomes their greatest weakness. But what happens when we consciously choose to let go of that demand for certainty? What happens when we invite curiosity back into the driver's seat? I believe it is transformative. Curiosity doesn't demand answers, it seeks questions. It doesn't cling to what is known, it yearns for what is unknown. It doesn't fear being wrong, it embraces the journey of discovery. When we approach a situation, a conversation, a new piece of information with genuine curiosity, we open ourselves up. All right, we become receptive. We listen more deeply. We observe more keenly. We ask clarifying questions, not to challenge for challenging's sake, but to understand. We explore alternative viewpoints, not to necessarily concede, but to expand our own viewpoint. This is where true learning, profound learning, begins to flourish once more. Think of it like this. Pride builds walls, while curiosity builds bridges. Pride says, my way is the only way. Curiosity asks, what other ways are there? Pride declares, I am right. Curiosity wonders, what if there is something more to learn? This is not about abandoning your convictions, no, or becoming wishy-washy in your beliefs, no. It is about holding your convictions with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. It is about understanding that even the most robust truths can be deepened, can be refined, can be enriched by new insights. It is about recognizing that the pursuit of knowledge is an infinite journey, not a finite destination. So, How do we develop this restorative curiosity? I believe it starts with a conscious decision. It is a daily practice. It is a mind shift. And here are a few practical tips to begin with. First, embrace the beginner's mind. Even if you are an expert, approach new tasks or discussions as if you are learning them for the first time. Ask fundamental questions. Challenge your own assumptions. This humility is the fertile ground for curiosity. And number 2, practice active listening. See, when someone is speaking, truly listen to understand them, not just to respond to them, to understand them. Ask why. Ask how. Those are the types of questions that you should be asking. Seek to grasp their perspective, even if it is different from your own. This expands your worldview and uncovers new facets of understanding. And number 3, read widely and diversely. Step outside your usual genres and your usual topics. Explore ideas that challenge your comfort zone. The more diverse your inputs, the more opportunities for curiosity to spark new connections and insights. And number 4, be comfortable with "I don't know." This is perhaps the most liberating phrase in the English language. Admitting you don't know is not a confession of ignorance. It is an invitation to learn. It is a declaration that you are open to new information, to new perspectives, to new growth. And number 5, reflect regularly. I want you to take time each and every single day or each and every single week or month to consider what you've learned, what surprised you this week, and what questions arose during this period. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this. Reflection allows curiosity to process experiences and integrate new knowledge. When you consistently choose curiosity over the demand or the demanding certainty of pride, you will notice a profound shift. Learning becomes less about accumulating facts and more about a vibrant, ongoing engagement with the world. You will find incredible joy in discovery, even in the smallest details. You will become more adaptable, more innovative, and more resilient in the face of change. See, this is not just about intellectual growth, it is about personal transformation. A curious mind is a flexible mind, is a resilient mind. It's a mind that is perpetually expanding. It is a mind that understands that true wisdom is not found in having all the answers, but in continually seeking better questions. So I will ask you, how curious are you? How curious are you? How will you approach today with the mind of curiosity? What will change in your interaction from curiosity point of view? If you embrace the beginner's mind, how will you talk to your boss today? If you embrace the beginner's mind, how will you talk to your partner today, to your spouse today, to your boyfriend today, to your girlfriend today, to your father today, to your mother today, to your siblings, to your family, to your friend, even to the people that you consider your enemies today? How will you talk to them? By embracing a beginner's mind, you are embracing the mind of the genius. And how will you practice active listening today? How will you listen? How are you going to listen to respond, or listen to inquire, or listen to know? How will you listen? What book will you read today that is different from the books you've been reading? Many of us are addicted to fiction. Some of us are addicted to non-fictions. Can you pick what you've never read before with a curious mind? Can you pick what you've never listened to before? A podcast that is totally out of the world to your point of view. Can you listen to that? How comfortable are you when you are about to say you don't know something? How comfortable are you? And today, as you end your day, I want you to reflect. I want you to embrace reflexive and reflective minds. So, my mind shifters, I encourage you today to consciously choose curiosity. Let go of the need to be right, the demand for absolute certainty, and instead embrace the wonder of not knowing, the thrill of exploration, and the boundless potential that comes from a mind that is open